What's up, landlords? Renee here, the forever landlord, as you might know. And if you know me, you know I don't like middlemen. So today I'm going to show you how to put together your own website, and you're not going to be dependent on anybody. And the last thing I'll say is just make sure you're going through everything, all these courses in order, so you're not missing anything. So let's get into it right now. I'm excited. I can't wait for you to see this. First thing, what you're going to notice is you got a notification saying all your domains were transferred over to Cloudflare. And when that happens, that means you're ready to go. Before we start your website, we're going to need to do a little bit of design work, and I'm going to help you out with your branding right now. I'm not just going to give you stuff. I'm going to show you how to do everything so you're independent. Create a free trial with Adobe Express. They'll give you 30 days for free. Go to logo, and you're going to want to resize this to 400 by 100. So you're going to change the width to 400 and the height to 100 pixels. That's what the PX is. And then you're going to say resize. And this is going to be your business logo. We can back out by clicking this up here, and then we're going to add another page. And in this one, we're going to resize it. And what we want here is 500 by 500. Click resize. And this will be our icon. And I'll show you how I make those. I just click add, go down to elements. I'll just click elements, and then you can scroll down to icons down here. And then what I did is I searched the term key. And then I picked just this first one right here. And we're also going to set up our brand guide with our colors. So what you're going to want to do is make it pretty big. You don't want to touch the outer limits, leave a little bit of space. And then you click this position button. Oh, it seems like it's already in the middle. I did good. But if you hold shift and you move it up and down, you can make sure you get it right in the center. Or you can click these and tell it to go middle, center. And that's just a nice little hack right here. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to want to set the color. So according to the website that I'm about to build for you, I'm just going to go off of the color scheme that I'm going to, recommend. Keep it really simple and basic, blue. Click the color right here, go to custom, and then you got the hex code. It's just 6 digits. And we're going to go with 2563, capital EB, enter. And let's just label this guy. I'll just say key icon to be a little bit more specific. And then what I can do up here is just say, label the file that we're working on as demo. And now we want to back out. We're going to add 1, 2, 3 more items. And what these are is just pictures that are going to be on your website, and I'm just going to provide them for you right here. And then I'm just going to drag in these images. You can just drop it in. Well, it's got to download a little bit. And then if you want, you can line it up, or if you go to this button right here, set to background, I already have them pre-sized 500 by 500, and you're welcome to use these if you want. But I just want to show you how you can do this on your own. If you have your own photos, you're going to drop them in here. Make sure you resize them 500 by 500 so they fit the website nice. And you could zoom in and zoom out and adjust this if you need to. You can click these buttons. You can play around in here and learn a lot of cool stuff. So where are we at? We got the first image. So let's do the next one. Click this, set the background. Let me back out and do this. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, I'm going to need to label these. What I need to do is go back to these two and make sure their background is clear. So let me show you that real quick. You click this, go to swatches and do the slash right here. That makes it clear background. And then over here, this logo needs to do the same thing. The reason why I thought of that is because we also want a profile image for like if you want to put something for your Zoho mail, or if you want to put something for your junk Gmail or in other places along the internet that you go. So I want to duplicate this one. It's already proper size that we need, but I'm going to drag it back here, and then I'm going to rename this one, and I'll turn the background white. It's just like a icon. It's a way to just kind of have something up there if you don't want to show your face. Yeah, this is white. Okay, so we're going to build out this logo now. Yeah, let's do the logo, and so I can get this out of the way, and then we'll do something different. So we can go over here and grab this key, copy, paste. I have to resize it to fit it in here. I need to zoom in. It's hard to fit this on the screen. So I'm going to have to leave it zoomed out, unfortunately. It's all right. It's going to be a really simple, basic logo. What you need to do now is add some text, hit the plus, add text, and I would recommend leaving it this basic Source Sans 3 font, because that's what I use for the website and keep things simple and the plain vanilla business advantage that I'm always talking about. And the font, what we're going to do is do black. Let me make sure custom. Yep, it's all zeros. That's black. And what I'm going to do is write EXAMPLE, example, BIZ, space, MANAGEMENT. And then let me highlight it all and hit bold. So my thought process here was to just make it really simple. I'm going to write out example biz and put this vertical key in between. We don't want to go all the way to the extreme ends here. So we want to kind of get close. Ooh, it's trying to do some automatic formatting thing here. Let me see if I can just make the font one more bigger. All right, so this guy, what we're going to do is we're going to position him in the center. If you look, there's a little bit of space in between the edge, outer limit of the E and the line, the outline. So I want the words to be centered. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll add a box. I'll go to elements, shape, exit this. We'll just grab like a box. You click this, and let's just change the color to make it something that contrast. And then what you can also do is make the opacity go light. So if I really want to zoom in, I'm not going to do it here because it's going to be hard to record it. I want to make sure from the limit of the E all the way to the limit of the T. And then what I'll do is I'll say, hey, center this box. And you'll notice how the box is over a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell here. But what that does, it tells me if I click the text, I can do left, left twice. And now I got the text centered perfectly. Now I need to adjust this key. And all I'm going to do is kind of make it a little bit smaller. And that's pretty much it right there. I don't want to get all crazy with this and take a bunch of time, because you guys can do that on your own time. But basically, we have our logo right here. And this will fit into our website. And we need to label this. Let me name this. All right, a few more things that I want to do. So what do I want to do here? Let me go grab our logo. And if you group it, it turns into one image. Copy it. I'm going to back out. I'm going to go down here, put this in the center. And I'm going to try to put together a little bit of like a brand, guideline for you. And you could take your time and do this on your own, but I'm going to give you an example of what to do. So this is one I've already prepared. I'm trying to save some time for you guys. I know nobody wants to sit here and watch all this. But what's important here is that you get the gist of how I'm doing everything, so you can do it on your own. You can take your time. So this is our brand color scheme that I put together. It's basic stuff. It's really simple. It's also in the website that I'm about to show you how to make. Brand guide. And then I got another little bit that I wanted to do here. So this is another kind of little bit of a like your culture, to maybe some guidance. If you're going to put together a business plan, they'd have you write up all this nonsense, but all you need is kind of like a mission statement or something like that. We simplified landlording for cash flow and freedom. And the blue key logo with 3 notches symbolizes part 1 is property location, part 2 is tenants, and part 3 is management. I'll just say brand mission. Okay, so now that we have our logo, we have our icon, we have our 3 website photos, then we have a profile pic, and we have our brand guide and our brand mission. I think you're set. Highlight all. If I hold shift, it'll let me click all of them. And then what you'll do is you'll say download, and you're going to want to do PNG, best for images, and then you're just going to download this. Now what we're going to need is a favicon. If you know what favicons are, they're the little image that shows up up here in the tab. And we're going to use the key icon that's 500 by 500 and the clear transparent background to make our favicons. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop what we made into this. You want to make sure you get the one that's a transparent background, not the white background that we're going to use for a profile pic. I'm going to drag it in. You see the little key shows up, and I'm going to say download. Okay, now I want to show you guys what it's going to give you. All you're going to need is the favicon 32 by 32, the favicon 16 by 16, and then this Apple Touch icon, which is actually a favicon 180 by 180. So I just want to make that clear, so you can delete the rest and just grab onto those 3 right there, because we're going to need them for our website. And then we also have our a separate icon that's going to be used for profile pictures. Use this profile picture right here. Gmail. Click on our E. There's our profile. Click the pencil. Add a photo from computer. Let's see if I can drag and drop this. Boom. It's all set up like we need it. Next. Visibility, anyone? Boom. We're already looking more plain vanilla. And then here is our Zoho. I put the castle as a placeholder. Right, we can click this and say edit. Upload new. Which one's the profile? Profile. Okay, here's the one. It's white background and it's a 500 by 500. We'll just scale this one down a little bit and get it to fit. Update. Boom. Okay, before we start uploading these images, I need to do one more thing. Writer, we're going to get you a document, an online document that's easy to edit for your FAQs, and also another one for your point of contacts. So create a new team or create a work drive team for Example Biz. Yeah, I'm just going to use the team that I guess we already have going on here with Zoho. So I'm going to click this, leave the name Example Biz, create the team. This is equivalent of Google Docs, and we're just going to use Zoho Writer is what they call it. And we will create new blank. We'll just put FAQs as a placeholder. Highlight. Let's go to heading 1. Okay. And go to File, New Blank Doc. And then this one will be our POCs. Highlight. We'll make this title 1. Okay, cool. Now we're getting really close. You're going to need to make a Imager account. It's free, and this is where we're going to have our images hosted, and then we're going to grab the URL PNG hyperlink so we can embed this in the code of our website. So it's really simple. You just go here, make an account, and then once you make an account, you're going to say new post. And I've already pre-uploaded these documents because I've been gaming it to save time for you guys. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like. Here's the images that we just created. I showed you how to do this on Adobe Express. And let's go in order. This is going to be the favicon 180 by 180. Done. We're going to add another one. This one is going to be the same favicon, but 32 by 32. We're going to add another one. This is that same favicon, and it is size 16 by 16. Then what we're going to do now is we're going to add our example biz management logo that has the key in the middle between the two words. Now we're going to add those 3 photos that are 500 by 500. The first one was about saving time, staying with us. The next one was about, a home, not a house. And this last one was make a decision, choose us. And finally, we have the icon, 180 by 180. And we're going to put this at the very bottom where the signature, staff signature says choose us in parentheses and try to make it a little bit more personal. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to get into the code. And let me give you the example scenario that you're going to go through. So instead of me just saying, here's the code and use it, I'm actually going to show you how to customize it. So I highlighted all the specific areas that you need to pay attention to, and you're welcome to customize it however you want, as long as you stay within the parameters of what I highlighted. And then here is the other code edits where I'm only given titles and a little bit of a highlight of what you can reword. The reason why I did it this way is I wanted you to be able to write everything you needed here in the edit side, copy it, and then come over here to the real code that's going to be uploaded for your website and then just paste it in. But we're just going to walk through it and we're going to build it out. And this is similar to what you're going to do. I'm actually going to give you the finished product. Let me show you what the website looks like right now. The code that's right here in blue is this website that I made for fun, just to give you an idea. This is the favicon. I just put my yellow face that you guys probably see on school. Then those 3 images are just 1, 2, 3 example. And this is gibberish, a gibberish title, gibberish text for the body. But these buttons work. It drops down to the bottom. Here is where your logo is going to go. And then here's my icon and choose us. And here's the hyperlinks at the bottom. This is what we're going to use, those Zoho Writers FAQ and Zoho Writer POCs. Then your website is static, and it's technically a static web app, and you never have to mess with this again. You just need to alter those 2 documents at the bottom. Oh, and another thing is this is optimized for desktop and mobile. So you'll notice how it automatically adjusts and stuff like that. This first little bit that's highlighted at the top of the code right here is like a meta tag SEO. So I just put together this. It says smart property management for modern stress-free rentals. And all you're going to do is copy this, and you can reword this however you want. Go over here and then make sure you highlight very specifically to where the blue is, and you paste it in. And don't let your computer turn these quotes into curly quotes. You just got to be careful with that, and make sure you have the quotes there. Some code stanzas require it, some doesn't. Just make sure you stay from highlight to highlight, and it'll be really simple. It takes the thinking out of it. The next thing is your company name. In this scenario, I made up Example Biz Management. You would write in whatever your company rental business name is, and then you're going to highlight it. You're going to come over here where this title is, and you're going to paste it. Now, this is the first Fabicon we're coming up to. Let me put it at the top so we stay really neat and organized. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Imager, and we're going to get that link specific for the Fabicon 180 by 180, which is the top one. And you have to click the icon itself, right click, and go down here where it says copy image link, and right click on the item itself, because if you right click off here in the space, it won't grab it. Then you go back to that first Fabicon, paste, and then now we're going to go down to the second Fabicon. Make sure you click right on that little blue guy, copy image link, and then now we're going to go down to this third one, click right on that little blue guy, copy image link, okay. Now let's go back to our code and put these three in here so we can go everything in methodical order. So this is our first one, copy, paste. Go to our second one, copy, paste. Our third Fabicon, copy, paste. All right, so now we got the three Fabicons done. And then the next thing is your Rental Biz logo. You're gonna have to name it in the text here, in the code text. They actually have a spot where it's named. So you can name it whatever you want. I just have logo here, but I'm just gonna take it all the way. Copy this Example Biz Management logo. And then I'm gonna paste that. We gotta get the fourth Imager link. Those are 1, 2, 3 Fabicons, and you can't see it. It's like disappeared in here, but the text is there, the Example Biz Management, but you see the key. So just right click on that key, copy image link, paste. Now it's still in the clipboard, so I'll also paste it over here. All right, now we're getting into the first paragraph. So save when you stay with us is what I named this title section. It's really not that important, but I want to make sure you understand every little bit so nothing is confusing. And that is, it can be named anything. You could have just put save, but I want to explain the difference that section description is in the code and it doesn't show up on the website. But this right here is actually the title for the website above the text. So we're going to copy that from here to here, and then we're going to paste. Now our title for the website is going to say save when you stay with us. And up here really doesn't matter. Save when you stay. All right. Now we are going to save the copy that I wrote up. You're welcome to use this. Copy, paste. Now I think we have to do the picture now. So the picture, the first picture, it has a description that we're gonna have to name it, and we're gonna have to give that Imager link. So the website first image, I'm just gonna label it right now. I have it here as image 1, paste. Okay, this image is called image of time-saving features. All right, so now let's go get that other link, right click. Do not click the copy that they're presenting. You see how it won't work if you use this copy link here. You got to right click on the image and go to copy image link. Now this is the 5th one. It's 500 by 500. We're going to paste this one there. And this is the code for the website. Paste it here as well. Make sure it's staying in those quotations, and they're straight up quotations. They're not curly. All right, now let's go to the next section. Similar as before, a very short section description right here. Rent a home. That's what I got. And then the title that's going to show up on the website is down here. Rent a home, comma, not a house. All right, let's do the body text right here. Copy that. Paste that. All right, now we're going to do the second photo. I hope things are making sense now. Let's just title this. Copy. Paste. The image is called Image of a Welcoming Home. I think that's for like screen readers. And if you have vision impaired people, if it's reading it out loud, you can obviously they can't see the photo, but if you describe the photo a little bit, the screen reader will explain what the photo is. That's what I think it's for. All right, let's do this next. Imager link, American flag. Who doesn't love a nice American flag? Copy image link. 500 by 500. Paste. All right, we're going to update that. All right, cool. So now we're done with the second section. Now we're on to the last, third, final one. We're going to name this section, make the choice. Now we're going to title this last section. Make the right choice. And then now here's the body text. Copy, paste. Okay, let's do this final image. Where is it? This image name is Image of Decision Making. Copy. Paste. Okay, let's get that 7th image of a lady standing at 2 doors, making a decision. Right click, copy image link. We're almost there. This is this 500 by 500. Paste. And also over here. Okay, perfect. Now we're almost done. Okay, so now we're going to get that key icon by itself. That's going to go down at the bottom of the website. And we labeled this image Example Biz Management Key Icon. Right now I just have icon. Okay, it's in the quotes. Let's get that 8th one. Right click. Copy image link. Okay, done with Imager. It's 180 by 180. Paste. And then here's the one. Boom. Okay, now we're going to do the writer links. Here's how this final section at the bottom works. I'm going to leave the way it's labeled FAQs. And then it also says, for the clicking here, the hyperlink, it says https://our-FAQs. So I'm leaving all that the same. All I'm going to do is change this link, the hyperlink. It's broken right now. This first one's FAQs. You need to title it before you can share it. So paste. So the title is FAQs. That's what the document is called here. And then you go share. You click the gear. Anyone on the internet, they can view it. So you're going to hit save. So now copy this long string of this URL right here. Then we're going to go back to our code and also our edit thing. We want to make sure I keep everything organized. And we're going to paste it in both spots. It almost looked like there's a space in between, but it's going to the next line because I got everything zoomed in, big text, so it's easier for you guys to view it. It might look awkward. I hope all this is, you guys are tracking and this is making sense. Okay, so now let's do the last one. We'll go to our POCs, share, go to the gear, not collaborators. You want anyone on the internet. Yes, save, copy. Now we go back to our two code snippets here. We got this one. And then finally, oh man, this is awesome. Okay, looking good. All right, the code is finished. Now you need GitHub. You need to make sure you set up a GitHub account. I already pre-set up one. It's free. And this is where we're going to host our code for our website. So you're going to click create repository. I set up the account as example biz, and then it's going to be / repository name. So in this example, a static web app. Make sure it's public because we're going to need to push the code to it, and you can add a README file. And then you create your repository. First thing you're going to want to do is add a file, create new file, and you're going to name this index.html because this is going to be the code that we're going to put in. And then what we're going to drop in here is your code for your whole website. So all you're going to do here, make sure there's no spaces at the very bottom, no spaces at the top. Everything's good to go. You highlight it all, copy, and then you're going to paste. Bam, there's your website right here. And then you're going to commit changes, fresh, new. I'm going to say solo DIY landlord website. It's just whatever, it doesn't matter. Commit the changes, bam. So right now, if you go to examplebizmanagement.com, there's nothing showing. I already went to it before, and there's still not going to be anything showing because nothing's pointing to your website that we just built inside of GitHub. Now, the final step, we're almost there. Now you're going to go to Cloudflare. When you're on your dashboard, you're going to click your domain that we want, Example Biz Management. Then when you're on that, you go down to Workers, Routes. Then what you're going to do is Manage Workers. Now there's an option here where you can import a repository. You're going to click GitHub. And here is we're going to authorize GitHub, and it's going to find and connect to our code. Only select ones. We're going to select the repository, Example Biz /static web app. And then all we're going to do is install and authorize. You ready for this? All right, it's working. The pages, you're going to connect to GitHub and static web app, select it, begin setup. You're going to leave everything the same. No problems. You're going to click deploy. We got it. We're golden. Continue to project. Let's see what we got. Okay, so now what you're going to need to do is go to custom domains and set up a custom domain, because it's not going to be able to point to our domain until we do it, right? It's going to walk us through this automatically. That's why Cloudflare is awesome. Example biz management.com. Continue. Now confirm new DNS records. Existing, blah, blah, blah. New. It'll automatically configure this. Verifying. Example biz management. Oh, it already did it? It's active. SSL. So I didn't have to add any CNAME records. Let's see if our website is up. Boom, it's up. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at this. Perfect website for you. You never have to mess with this again. There is one last thing that I want to show you since I got here, just in case you need to do a change to your website after you got it going. So you log into GitHub, you go to your repository, static web app. You're going to click on the index HTML. You're going to click this little pencil right here at the top right of the code. And we're going to make one change on line 70 where it's got all this code way over here. And we're just going to delete the word below. And we need a period. And then what you're going to do is commit changes and then explain what you did. Removed a word. Commit the changes. It's going to do a republish, refresh. Our website is still showing it, but when you refresh the website, it should disappear. I wonder if you can see this update taking place on a few seconds ago, right here. It just did a new refresh right here because it got word that the repository was updated. Let me see. Boom, it's gone. I hope that this was helpful and you guys are not intimidated with this and you just follow step by step all the way through and you get yourself a website and then you get that plain vanilla business advantage. And this is awesome because you put in the effort up front and it's like you set it and forget it. And then you get the rewards and the benefits of this system that you're going to be able to have for years to come. So I guess that's it for tonight. I'll see you later. Bye.